Absolutely, Craig Lowndes going for a 10th victory at the mountain. You can see the cars are heading out. Qualifying one about to get underway. Let's get back to our commentators. Johnny Palmer joining John Hindhoff and Richard Crail.
Yeah, thanks, Dubsy. Really looking forward to this two-part qualifying, which at the very end of it, ultimately, we end up with the
domestic endurance series as well across Europe. A 206.7. So it's a reasonable benchmark. We're expecting times to tumble by good 4, maybe 5 seconds from that.
We've already talked about the temperatures.
The top of the mountain there, and that wasn't as bad as it could have been. It'll have got a bit of gravel in the car. Was that another wiggle coming through? That was, but it was earlier in the piece. My, how close was he to the wall on the right-hand side? And then he rally crosses it back to terra firma in the 22. 3 really lovely looking cars. That one a little more
restricted. Audi R8 GT3 car a couple of years ago popped into the 159s, which shows the true potential of this Audi R8. That was a hairy moment, and twice today we've seen moments up there at McPhillamy Park. The Ferrari ended up in the fence. And Aston Martin had a very big lose there this morning, but managed to get away with it, caught the slide, and just had a detour through the gravel trap. So the margins are tiny up at McPhillamy Park in a 220km/h.
Setting their grids, it will be locked in. It's the Mark cars with the coupes, the Series 2 machines that make up all of the invitation class, and then 2 very significant entries in GT4, one from BMW and one from Mercedes, and we're debuting the new Mercedes AMG GT4. This time we've got a red flag, and again it's the top of the mountain that's claimed another victim, and again it's one of the Audi Sport Team Valvoline cars. This time not the 22 but the 2, and Frederick Vervisch is off, and he has made contact with the wall.
Yeah, this might be another late night Bathurst repair to go into the record books. He's gone off at high speed, big plume of dust at the top of the mountain, and through it came the very pretty Audi R8. Great new livery with Valvoline continuing their support of this team. Troy Russell and the team at Audi Sport Customer Racing Australia have got 8 factory drivers in Garth Tander this year. So it's the second car in queue, and it's an oversteer issue. So he's turned the car in, the rear's broken away, and a lot of drivers have been complaining about oversteer, about a nervous race car all weekend. These hot conditions, the way the tyres are moving around and the downforce on the car, they're snapping into oversteer. Remember, 220k plus.
Absolutely nothing the Beach could have done about that. Remember, part of the balance of performance is ride height, so you don't get necessarily the choice that you want, and that was gone early as well, maybe even round about the same place or earlier than we saw from Chris Meese earlier on with 204.5470, top of the shop, and more incidents over the top of the mountain. Just, I think, a bit of dust thrown up this time. Oh, there's people running down. No, it's gone off. Whatever car it is, it's gone off, and the crowd even trying to slow people down. It's been a huge incident for the Scandia Mark cars too. Oh my goodness, that's the 26th car, the 26th position car out on the circuit, and that's Tyler Everingham in the Mark II cars, number 92. And is that second car involved?
That's the Ben Motorsport Park entry that's gone in as well. Car 777 running in the Pro-Am class. Sam Shahin is shown as being behind the wheel. Red flag conditions, lots of debris at the top of the mountain. That's been a very, very big accident. Young Tyler Everingham behind the wheel of car 92 was third in class at the time of that, and there's an errant wheel floating down the mountain as well. And was the 19, the GT4 car, Dirk Miller behind the wheel, was he caught up in that? Or is he just stopped to render assistance?
Yeah. I think he's just stopped, and great teamwork to get the driver out of the Bend Motorsport Park car, making sure that everything is unfastened. There's drinks bottles and comms devices, and yeah, what great camaraderie there.
I think that's Dirk Muller.
It is.
Out of the 19.
It is. He's out. He stopped and got out. He must have seen how big that was, and he's looking at that Mercedes and making sure. Do you know what?
Yeah.
He's making sure that's turned off, because the driver's probably had his bell rung a little bit. It's the same point of the circuit, guys, that's been the danger area and been the action area.
So 777 in front. Oh, there's contact from behind, and it's fired it across to driver's right. That's an enormous impact. into a hard concrete wall. So Everingham's been caught up as collateral damage in that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Man,
It was the lightest of touches from the Lamborghini, the red and white concentric circle colours on that car, making it very easy to spot, going back to the old M1 Pro Car days. So what happened further on and who was caught up in that?
Oh, man.
That, no wonder Dirk Muller stopped. That was a huge incident.
That's Everingham.
That's
Everingham.
Yep. So that's occurred afterwards in collateral damage. I'd suggest getting out of the way, trying to avoid the Ben Motorsport park car.
Were there yellows for the mark, and then the Mercedes is slowed up? But no,